sawmill sink 10 tortoises. We also now know that there are other blue holes around that also have tortoises. These tortoises in Abaco are related to tortoises that live today in South America. One of the differences between the tortoises in the southern continent and North America is that this bone here, which is called the nuchal plate, in North America they have a scale that fits right here. None of the South American tortoises have that scoop. This is clearly a member of the South American group of tortoises. This guy also has a very high arched palate, that part. And you take one of these fruits and you put the fruit in, and Shelley discovered this, and it fits exactly in there. I'm beginning to think this thing may have been a fruit eater. Wouldn't that be cool? A specialized tortoise eating fruits of all things. Stuck out on some islands who are just beginning to think about what this animal is, what it's related to, and what it did here ecologically.
Gary Morgan is studying the bats, mammals, and crocodiles.
There are two different kinds of crocodiles that live in the West Indies. And there's one that's called the American crocodile, called Crocodilus acutus. It's the one that occurs in southern Florida, Cuba, Jamaica, places like that. But it's known to regularly breed and live in salt water. And so the Bahamas are separated from Florida and Cuba and places like that by salt water. You would think that the animal that would be here would be the American crocodile. But as it turns out, there are quite a number of features. There's this high, Roman nose look on the snout here. These kind of round bulges on the back of the skull. All of those are features that are characteristic of the Cuban freshwater crocodile. Only lives now in the Zapata swamp and a few freshwater areas in Cuba. A lot of differences that make me fairly confident that this is either the Cuban crocodile or a very close relative. It could be that it's something new, the Abaco crocodile. You could estimate by the length, they do with alligators, the length from the snout to the eyes or the snout to sort of the back of the skull, how big these animals are. We're probably looking at not a gigantic crocodile, 8 to 10 feet, something like that, but still, you wouldn't want to meet one in the water if you were diving in the blue hole.
In February 2007, the first tortoise is collected that identifies a suspected relationship between the tortoise and the crocodiles. Radiocarbon dating indicates similar ages of the fossil remains. This tortoise, known as T7, tells a grim story of conflict between the two species. The preservation is so complete that soft tissue is found within these wounds inflicted by a crocodile. David Stedman is studying the bird fossils being collected.
Oh yeah, it's got bird bones in it. Dave?
Yep.
That looks like oh yeah, look at that.
The bird fossils are also just outstanding. There's literally no other site in the West Indies producing this quality of fossil material.
Yeah, that's the flightless rail.
Is it?
Complete tibia tarsus. Heron, proximal tibia, little songbird, and passerine bird, like a tanager warbler. Meadowlark.
Meadowlark?
Mm-hmm. Tibia tarsus.
In an area believed to be an owl's roost during the Pleistocene ice ages, densely packed bones cascade down from an upper ledge. Lizards, snakes, bats, fish, and birds are numerous, but by far the most abundant fossils from the roost are birds. Now located in 90 feet of water, the roost was most likely used between 10 and 20,000 years ago, when sea levels were hundreds of feet below today's.
About a dozen birds I've identified so far, and by the way, the list will get longer.
So you leave it right there.
Nancy Albury, who lives in Abaco, is coordinator for the Sawmill Sink project.
Covered like this so long, and we have a...
The fossils are transported to a local facility. Salts are removed by lengthy freshwater baths. The water is removed with controlled drying to prevent cracking. Leaves, twigs, flowers, fruits, seeds, and pollen from the sediments are giving us evidence of the plant life and the animal life that they supported before the arrival of prehistoric people. The fossil preservation is so complete that entire animals are collected for study, an almost unheard of situation in paleontology, the study of ancient animal life. The study at Sawmill Sink offers unparalleled opportunities to reconstruct the past environments of the Bahamas. Through understanding the past ecology of the islands and the impact humans have made on them, we can set realistic goals for future land management and conservation. Furthermore, unique discoveries in the underwater caves of the Bahamas are continuing to shed light on long-term global climate change and its direct effect on rising water levels. The excitement generated from the discoveries can be credited to a team of dedicated researchers, from scientists and divers to government officials and students.